created using Powtoon.
Claves metodológicas para el profesorado bilingüe. Áreas no lingüísticas. Fomentar el trabajo multidisciplinar. Las lenguas tienen más elementos comunes que diferentes, ya que todas las lenguas pueden articularse en tipos de textos y discursos. Hacer hincapié en un modelo curricular que impulse el producto textual contribuye a sentar las bases de un enfoque multidisciplinar. Potenciar la coordinación de todo el profesorado. Las áreas lingüísticas y las no lingüísticas no trabajan los mismos objetivos, pero sí utilizan el instrumento lingüístico para conseguirlo. Estas semejanzas requieren una actitud de coordinación del profesorado, ya que es la lengua el instrumento imprescindible para la construcción del conocimiento. Es importante la coordinación del profesorado para asegurar la progresión lingüística del alumno. Si sabemos los temas que se van a trabajar, podremos anticiparnos a las necesidades de los estudiantes. Secuencia de contenidos desde las actividades. Las actividades de aula son las encargadas de generar contenido. Su planificación y secuenciación es vital para una adecuada progresión. Por ejemplo, las actividades de memorización y repetición sirven para aprender y retener conceptos. Las actividades enfocadas al proceso nos llevan al contenido procedimental. Las que favorecen el descubrimiento, la búsqueda de información, la observación, están dirigidas a contenidos actitudinales. Desarrollar estrategias que favorezcan la competencia lingüística. Las estrategias se emplean para que el aprendizaje sea más fácil, eficaz y éste pueda transferirse a otras situaciones. Un buen truco para preparar estrategias es pensar en las fases de la clase: motivación, planificación y evaluación. Si tenemos en cuenta dichas fases, seleccionaremos las estrategias apropiadas de acuerdo a la etapa y nivel del alumnado, de sus conocimientos y de su proceder. Planificar de manera flexible. Una buena planificación garantiza el aprendizaje y hace más efectiva la enseñanza. El truco en una planificación está en tener claro qué queremos enseñar y elegir bien la tipología de actividades, de conocimiento previo, de motivación, de desarrollo, de observación, de consolidación, etc. Definir las herramientas y criterios de evaluación. La evaluación debe entenderse como un elemento motivador y facilitador del aprendizaje. Es muy importante que las herramientas de evaluación sean equilibradas, tengan un carácter formativo y estén vinculadas a las actividades de aula.
Using CLIL in our kindergarten lessons opens up a wonderful range of topics and themes to develop the children's critical thinking skills. Science is particularly engaging, and this experiment is always a hit. The aim of this experiment is to test what sinks and what floats. Firstly, ask the children to find a number of objects in the classroom that they can put into water and test. Here are some ideas. Next, ask the class, do you think it will sink or do you think it will float? Place the object on the side of the paper that the class chooses. Now it's time to experiment. One at a time, have the children drop an object into a tub or large bowl of water. Decide as a class where the item belongs on the chart and place it on the correct side of another large piece of paper. You may want to bring along a towel to dry the object before you do this. The children love watching the result and often enjoy seeing something sink that they thought would float. Once you are finished, you can talk about what you learned. Look at your results and ask the children, why did these things sink? Perhaps because they're heavy or because they can hold water. And then, why did these things float? Because they were light or had air in them. This experiment allows children to predict, experiment and discuss their results just as real scientists do. It's also very rich in language and has that key feature of any successful kindergarten activity. It's fun. Children are naturally curious and begin to ask why from a very young age. This activity develops this very natural skill. Before class, collect a number of different objects that you will place in a bag. Objects which work really well are things like a lemon, an apple, a marker, a ball, a notebook, and building blocks. In class, show the children the bag and ask them what they think is inside and why. Listen and discuss their ideas, but don't tell them yet. Ask one child to come to the front of the class and tell them to put their hand in the bag and hold the object. They do not look at it and they keep it hidden in the bag. Encourage the rest of the class to ask the child questions to try and guess what the object is. For example, is it big? Is it soft? Does it feel cold? The child answers the questions as best as they can. Do this for about 30 seconds. Then ask the child these two questions. What do you think it is and why? They might say, for example, I think it's an apple because it's hard and it's round. The child then takes out the object to show the class and see if they were correct. This critical thinking activity is always a hit with very young learners and engages all levels and abilities. Categorizing is an important aspect of problem solving in early years learning. Flashcards provide the perfect opportunity to develop this skill. Choose a collection of flashcards from a language area that the children have seen before and that you want to review, for example, animals. Make sure you have enough flashcards for every child. So if you have 16 children, you will need 16 flashcards. If you have a small class, having more than one per child is a good idea. Decide which two categories you would like your children to organise the flashcards into. For animals, it may be fast and slow animals, or mammals and reptiles, or dangerous and safe animals. In class, draw two large circles on the board. Write the two different categories under the circles. For this example, I'm going to use mammals and reptiles. Hold up a flashcard and ask the children what animal it is. They'll say, it's a lion. Tell the children that a lion is a mammal and point to the word on the board. Ask the class, why do you think this is a mammal? Encourage the whole class to look at the features of a lion to decide. Things they might say are because they have fur or they have babies, not eggs. Some children may even know that the babies drink milk from their mother. They have warm blood. They can live in cold countries. Place the lion flashcard in the mammal circle. Next, show a flashcard of a crocodile and ask the children what animal it is. They'll say, it's a crocodile. Tell the class that this is a reptile and point to the word on the board. Encourage the class to look at the crocodile and decide why it's a reptile. Now they might say they have green or brown skin, they have scales and they lay eggs to have babies. Some children may even know more, like they are cold-blooded and they usually live in hot countries. Place the crocodile flashcard in the reptile circle. Next, Place the flashcards face down in a pile at the front of the class. Ask the children to come up one at a time and pick up the top flashcard. They look at it and show it to the class. The children can all say the name of the animal. Then, as a class, decide if this animal is a reptile or a mammal. Ask questions to look at the skin of the animal to help them decide. The child at the front of the class then places it in the correct circle. This critical thinking activity is engaging and works really well in mixed ability classes as the children all work together. Competition is my secret tool in managing kindergarten classes of all ages and sizes. Let me show you my favourite classroom management game. At the beginning of every lesson, I divide the class into teams. This is usually the tables that they are seated at, or in larger classes, areas of the room. The team could be made up of about 4 to 6 children. I give the class a topic and ask them to choose a team name. For example, I might say, today you are all fruit. Choose a team name. And they will choose names like Team Banana or Team Apple. Write the names of each team on the corner of your board. Throughout the lesson, you will award the team a star for everything that they do well. I usually give stars for speaking English, tidying up first, sitting up ready, handing in their papers, helping each other, being polite to me and to each other, not running in class, lining up quietly, and so on. It can be anything that you decide. Remind them throughout the lesson that they could get their team a star. They will instantly listen. The team with the most stars at the end of the day gets to line up first and leave class before everyone else. I try to distribute points evenly and get different groups to win on different days so they continue to remain interested. It's a real team effort, so they all work together to try to be the best.